Hey guys, welcome back to Sweet Creek Thrift. If you're new here, my name is Candi, and today I have what sold in my Poshmark eBay reselling business. I do this part-time, so it's not a lot of items, but I am going to share with you, it looks like 10 items, I think. And so this is what sold for me in the first week of September. So week 1 of September, I'm going to try to catch up and get a couple of these filmed so I can put them out over the next week. So if you're interested in seeing what sold, please follow along. And so I'm just going to jump right into it. The first item was a lot of two, basically the same style. They were just different patterns or prints, but it's two Pioneer Woman like floral crinkle rayon flowy blouse shirts. And so I put them together just because I figured if somebody likes like the Pioneer Woman, she might like both of those tops, and they were the same size and just different patterns. So I figured that somebody would enjoy that. And so I went ahead and lumped them together. And it did sit for just a little while, but not too long. Let me go look. So I picked them up at Goodwill on April 19th this year. For both shirts, it was $6.89, so it was like $3 a shirt. And I posted it on May 26th. So it did take me about a month to post it from the time I picked it up. And then I posted it on Poshmark and eBay. It sold on eBay on September 1st, and it sold for $27. And so I made a profit of $14.96 for that one. The next item came out of my daughter's box. She was going through like a bunch of her stuff one day looking for something, and this was just sitting in her box all wrinkled up. And I was like, are you like never gonna wear this? Because if it just sits here, eventually it's gonna it's faux leather, so eventually it just wears out, the material. I said, if it sits here for a long time, it's not real leather. It's gonna like break down and like start flaking. So she said she didn't want it. So I went ahead and sold that item, and it was from Blank NYC, women's large black faux leather moto biker zip pockets lined jacket. Very cute style for the person that wants it. It was still in really good condition, luckily. Nothing like wrong with it. And so this, I had zero invested, and I posted it on July 12th to Poshmark and eBay, and I added it on Depop on September 2nd. And actually, I think this is when I started Nifty. No, it was right before I started Nifty. So I don't know that I am doing Mercari now too. I have yet to get, well, actually I've sold a few things on Depop, but I have yet to get any Mercari sales. So I guess we'll see. I keep saying that. But this one sold on Poshmark, and it sold for $36, and I made a profit of $28.80. The next item is this Disney Women's Extra Large Winnie the Pooh yellow t-shirt, and it's a heavyweight cotton, and then it had the cute little like light yellow, like a butter yellow with the like a darker yellow contrasting trim. I thought it was super adorable. It was a good quality material. There was a very couple small spots that I notated and kind of pointed out. So anyways, and it was 100% cotton. So it was a good like thick shirt. So I picked that one up at a flea market, and I picked it up last year in August of 24. I paid $2.50 for it and posted it September 6th of 24. So it sat for a year, and then it finally sold on September 2nd. So pretty much an entire year, and it sold for $22. I did eventually earn $15.10, and it's off to its new home. And then the next item is a really cute, definitely trendy style right now, but it's this bathrobe, women's plus size 2X, 3X, and I put Jaguar animal print bathrobe, long plush, pockets, and cozy. But I know with like the whole leopard print aesthetic being super popular in the last year or so, I knew this going into fall that somebody might really enjoy it. It was also very thick and well made and good quality, and it was a good size. Like, it had a lot going for it. So I went ahead and picked it up, and I want to say, I don't know if this one had a logo. I'm trying to find it. Oh yeah, it's by Whitemark, which I've never heard of, but anyways, but I just picked up for the style alone, and I got it at Goodwill on May 17th this year. I paid $5.59, posted it June 21st, just a Poshmark and eBay, and it sold on eBay on September 3rd, and it sold for $34.99, and so I earned a profit of $22.01. And the next one might surprise you. So I was at the store, and I just like saw this sitting there, and I was like, I'm curious. I wonder if these sell. And so I Google Lensed it, or I went on eBay and looked it up, maybe. But yeah, people do buy these. It's super random and weird. So if you ever see a Sherwin-Williams or one of these like paint things, they're called color snaps. This is a 2018 fan deck, and it kind of folds up, and it has like a little loop right here. And this one was a little bit dirty. I'm sure it could be cleaned, but I didn't want to risk it. So anyways, interestingly, that they sell. So you can get about $20 for these. I paid $3.20 for it on August 9th of this year. Posted it on September 2nd on Poshmark, but I had posted it, looks like, on eBay on August 28th. So I was a few days off. And I think I posted it on DEPOP, interestingly. I don't know why, or maybe it was Mercari. I don't know. But anyways, it sold on Poshmark. Interesting also to me. I would think it would have sold on eBay, but it sold on Poshmark, and it sold for $16, and I made a profit of $9.60. And then the next item is this Who What Wear floral maxi dress, XXL green pink flutter sleeve button down, and I put spring on it, and it was so cute. I love the colorway on this item, and that's probably one of the reasons I picked it up, because anything that looks like it would be like worn to a wedding as like a wedding guest, I think that if it's really pretty florals like this, and it's like especially a longer length dress, I'm going to really consider it, especially if it's in decent condition. So I picked this one up, and I purchased it last December 28th of 24 at Goodwill. I paid $4.50, and I posted it on January 28th, so it took a month. I got it posted January 28th, hoping it would sell for like Easter time, which is kind of interesting. It did not sell for Easter, but anyways, it was posted on Poshmark and eBay both, and it sold on Poshmark finally on September 5th for $28, and I made a profit of $17.90. And then the next item is the Nike Air Max 90 shoes, women's size 9 multi, like I put white multi-animal print DH5075. 100 sneakers -100, so whatever, that was like the code. But anyways, these were in like a new condition, maybe worn once, and I found them at Goodwill. So I picked it up because it was such good condition. I thought this was kind of funny. It's kind of like a little like fuzzy section. Anyways, so that one I paid $12.80, so I did pay up, but primarily because of the condition. And so I picked it up on August 9th and posted it August 26th to Poshmark and eBay, and it sold on Poshmark September 5th. So it really only took about a week or so. And then it sold for $60. I took an offer, and I made a profit of $35.20. So pretty quick flip for that one. And then the next item is Coldwater Creek dress, and it's this really long velvet square neck evening gown. Long sleeves, long length, very heavy material. So very quality, and obviously colors on screen don't always look great, but it was not faded. It was beautiful black, and there's the Coldwater Creek, and Coldwater Creek's a decent like brand that's well known by, and it's definitely for more like mature women. It would be, I would say, their styles like women, or like, just like a little bit of an older. And then which I always liked getting, like, I remember being, honestly, with Coldwater Creek, I think I had their catalogs for some reason when I was a teenager, like an older teen, and I loved looking through the catalogs. I don't know why. Was it like a younger thing when we were younger? Like, I don't remember. I never really shopped. It was too expensive for me, but maybe I was a young adult when I got them. I want to say I was a teen, but maybe I was actually married. I might have been in my 20s, but I just remember a long time ago, I used to get their catalogs, and I would look at them, and I liked some of their stuff. But anyways, Maybe I just have a mature style. Anyways, so, okay, so I picked it up on July 29th at Goodwill and posted it August 13th at Poshmark and eBay, and it sold on eBay September 6th. It sold for $45. And so it didn't take that long. It took almost a month, but it didn't, maybe 3 weeks or so, and then it sold pretty quick. And I made a profit of $27.64. And then the next item is this White House Black Market beige white striped tunic, dolman sleeve, and I put size large or L large, but and it was just a nice like sandy tan like beige color. So, and then it was striped, and it had these like little like metal things at the ends of the sleeves, and then one of the sleeves had this little tiny hole. So I'm not sure if it like got a snag or somebody like pulled their arm and it had stuck to something maybe, but it was a good material, and it did sit for a long time though, probably because of that hole, but it finally sold. And I did not have anything invested. I would not have paid for that shirt at the store if I had seen it there. Would not have even considered it, but it was a donation, so I had $0 invested, and I posted it way back June of 2022 on Poshmark. And then I posted it March 29th of 24 on eBay. So again, it still sat for a really long time, even on eBay. It finally sold on eBay on September 6th, and it sold for $10. And then I made a profit of $7.57. And most people would have pulled it and like shipped it off to Goodwill, taken it and like whatever. But I just left it sitting there. Like, I was like, why not? Because I already have it. It's free. As long as I have the space to store it and like the moths aren't eating it, I might as well just let it sit there. And I was happy because it finally sold. So the last item is this Karl Lagerfeld Paris Women's 1X blouse, blue paisley ruffle, 3/4 bell sleeve top. And I got this at the Goodwill bins, actually. I just thought it was a really pretty color. It had like that silky, almost like a satin, but like a stretchy satin. It kind of looked like satin, but it's not satin. It just had a really nice material, and I thought this would be a good like blouse for work, like for an office when you have to go to the office, and that somebody would want that one. So I picked it up at the Goodwill bins June 29th last year of 24, so it did sit for a while. I had $2.18 invested, and then I posted it on Poshmark and eBay August 9th of last year, 24. It finally sold on Poshmark a year and a month later on September 6th, so it took 13 months. And then it sold for $23, so I made a profit of $16.22. So again, sometimes I don't mind, and I don't mind like picking stuff up, especially if I can get them at the bins and then letting it sit for a while, because if I can make $16 a year later, that's $16 in my pocket, so I will take it. And that's it for this one, you guys. So far for the month, I have earned, I'll just go over the earnings, because like, unless you guys really care about how much I paid and everything, but I'll just do that at the end, at the last like week 4. So far I've earned a profit of $195, and that was just in 1 week. And then of course I have to take taxes out of that. So anyways, but it's better than nothing, and yeah, I'm just happy to see some stuff go, and I'm ready. I have more. I think I might go ahead and like add in my next week 2, and try to get another video filmed. So if you're interested in another one of these videos, follow along. You can go back and watch my last month's. I have, I've been doing them weekly now because it's just shorter videos. I think it's easier to digest a shorter video than a longer video. But if you like my longer videos, let me know. I used to do them in 2-week increments, but it was like a lot more time. So anyways, I'm gonna go. I'll let you guys go. Thank you so much for watching. If you're new here, please subscribe, and I will see you on my next one. Let me stop sharing at the same time. 1, 2, 3.